else. They were the first, and they were important because they were the first. So to John and Linda Henry, many thanks today. So let me just say this about the Commonwealth. None of the philanthropy would be here without them. This project would not be here without their willingness to lean forward. And that is Governor Deval Patrick. So let me say on behalf of farmers, fishermen, local food producers, to people interested in increasing accessibility to fresh, healthy food, and also most generally to your commitment to the institution of community, I am grateful to you. I am proud, and I hope this will be a lasting 85-year testament to that commitment, because you deserve it. So thank you. Let me quickly run through a number of our state officials that are here, because that's my job, and it means nobody else has to do it. So let me just say the following. I want to thank the wonderful Secretary Davey of Massachusetts Department of Transportation. He is my landlord, and I dutifully say nice things about him wherever I must. Secretary Valerie Bartlett, thank you so much for giving us someone who has been an amazing advocate for this project, and that is Commissioner Greg Watson. Woo! Commissioner, this is a temple to you. I want to thank, let me make sure I don't miss anyone. I want to thank Tom Glenn and Betsy Wall, the Massachusetts Office of Tourism. This is more than just about our community. It's also another reason why people will want to come here and be here, and that is worth mentioning on this day. I want to also thank Secretary Bielecki. I want to thank Commissioner Stacy Monahan at the Department of Transition Assistance. I will just say about the Commissioner, they launched a first-in-the-nation pilot project for CSAs for SNAP recipients. That's cool. That is cool. I want to thank all the members of the Boston Public Market Commission. I want to thank the U.S. Department of Agriculture for their commitment to us and to the rural development of all of Massachusetts. And then finally, I know you're like, when will she stop talking? Finally, I want to thank my fellow builders, my dreamers, my architects, literally and figuratively, and placemakers. Architera, Colliers, Lee, Michael Kennedy, who I understand is here, and Lee Kennedy Construction, Olippi's, Jeffrey Simon, Bill Tuttle, and all of my brethren at the Department of Transportation who have actually taken the chance to think of a place which is actually a home to the Big Dig and take exhaust and thinking about it as just a lively, beautiful, vibrant, green market. That takes some work, and we should all be grateful to them for their willingness to do that. So,
no, they still will.
I have a very blessed thing that has happened to me, and that is that I work with a group of people who are amazingly aspirational in what they see for this building, and that's my staff. They work incredibly hard, probably harder than any group of people I have ever seen. And as I like to say, we can only be as great as how much we aspire to be. They aspire for the very top.
I'm trying to have a business.
I'm blessed by that. And one of the people who is on my staff, who I think represents exactly what this market should be about, is Shaquille Jones. So Shaq, will you come up here?
I guess so.
The Commonwealth of Massachusetts has been a champion of this project from the start. It has made accessibility, education, and economic impact the core values of what we are doing. I am proud to live in a state where our governor shares the same values as me and takes an active role in making sure that food is accessible to everyone. So I have the great responsibility of introducing Governor Deval Patrick.
Thank you so much for the warm introduction and for your service on this incredibly important initiative. You did great. So Liz thanked everybody for everything. I want to first associate myself with all of her generous comments about all of you, the elected officials, the folks in the private sector, the healthcare space, all of the funders and board members and staff. I want to thank Liz, who has brought such energy and focus and leadership to this initiative at a time when it was a little shaky, when the deadline was slipping. I am not going to call attention to the fact that this project, which I Admonish should be open before I left office is not going to be open before I left office. But I'm going to be around, and with the help of the private sector, even more able to buy even more food. And I'm a foodie, so I'm looking forward to using the Boston Public Market. But we are here today because we have a very, very effective leader who has pulled us all together and kept us all together. And Liz, I thank you for that. I'm enormously proud of you. I want to thank you all for lunch as well. There's a lesson here, and I think also a caution or an admonition. The lesson is that when we work together across all kinds of these false lines that we set for ourselves, when we work together across state and city government, government and the private sector, advocates, environmentalists, farmers, citizens who care about a strong community and a vibrant neighborhood here in downtown Boston. When we work together, good things happen. And how incredibly important it has been to stay together over these long, many years to assure that a project as vital as this one is born. That is a thing to remember, because that sense of community and common cause is in fact the solution to every challenge we face in this city and in the Commonwealth. It's about how we come together. And the encouragement I want to ask you to bear in mind as the Boston Public Market comes into being and then is in operation is, remember, it's for everybody. Make it a place where everybody feels welcome and comfortable and encouraged, where everybody can partake of the magic of what farmers do every day. They don't think of it as so magical, but it's an extraordinary thing to coax the earth to yield the bounty it does, and then to have access to it in a world-class city like this one. Make it for everybody, and that will make it not just fun and interesting, but important too. God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jarrett. And, the one thing you said about the fishing is you used to bring it home to your neighbors. I'm right there. We're right here, so I don't see anything today. Please feel free. I want to thank Governor Patrick for his great work, and Liz summed it up for the governor. He does some incredible things. I want to thank all the secretaries that are here today from the administration and the cabinet level positions, and also for the city of Boston. We're also joined today by State Senator Anthony Petroselli, Representative Aaron Migowitz, and City Council Sal Martina, who are three great leaders in this. This is their area, their district, but also here in the city, in the Commonwealth. Liz thanked all the partners, and that, to put a collaboration together, it takes leadership and it takes partnership. And I'm not going to go through all the partners again, but I want to thank you all. This is so important here, and what's put together. And today's a day in the 2+ decades in the making. And you think about it, and I was when Shaq introduced the governor, I remember him as a bold teen in Dorchester. And you think about the time, I remember when they first started talking about bringing the farmers market to Cobham Square. And you don't realize the impact that the farmers market had in Cobham Square. Not just providing good, healthy food to the community and to the neighborhood, but making an inspirational, what's the right word I'm looking for? Impression on young people in that community. And to have Shaq run what he's doing here today makes me proud to see what we've done here, and what makes me proud to see what certainly can happen here in this particular location. The market is going to have, as was said earlier, going to have meats and produce and dairy and seafood, and that's all important stuff, because a lot of people don't have access. And right here behind us in this particular location, it's in such a great place. It's a showcase for the city of Boston. This market is going to be a showcase for the city of Boston. It steps away from the Greenway, Freedom Trail, North End, Faneuil Hall, where constant foot traffic from workers and tourists and employees all going to come by every single day. And that, to me, says a big impact. It shouldn't have taken 13 years. I think Liz would agree to that. But it's certainly in the heart of Boston. This market also produces jobs. It's going to produce construction jobs. It's going to produce long-term jobs. So when we talk about all of the values of happening behind us and what it does, it's going to help continue to grow our economy here in the city of Boston. Food is obviously key to a healthy city as well. The market increases access and improves affordability of healthy and nutritious food. Local food is more sustainable for the environment. This market also will help support regions of farmers and local produce. And as Jacob said, fish produce and people from the neighborhoods that want to continue to bring their goods and services into the city of Boston. That's an important role as well. This market is much more than a grocery store. People are going to learn culinary skills and from cooking demonstrations. They will share ideas about nutrition. They'll be able to help meet vendors and learn more about our food system. And of course, the money spent here will go directly to support so many local businesses right here in the city of Boston, Massachusetts as well. You know, Boston and Massachusetts are leaders in so many ways, in so many areas once again. As Liz mentioned, the governor mentioned, what's been happening at the state, what's happening here in this building here. We're setting the bar in a lot of cases, and we're setting the trend. So I'm just honored to be here today to announce this. I think, you know, I was just trying to connect. When this building started, the governor wasn't in office yet. Mayor Menino was in the middle of it, in office, and now. So I hope we don't have to take that long to do so many projects in the city of Boston. We're gonna have to do some streamlining and permitting. Yeah, but I truly want to, and again, all of you, I want to thank you all for coming out today. I want to thank all the vendors here today. You know, this is as much about you as the people of the city of Boston, for your commitment and your dedication to the city. I want to thank you for that. I want to again thank the funders for helping us here today, and Liz, thank you for putting this together.